Hey everybody, this is Minion Soldier, and sometimes I do kind of stupid things with money. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Vanduul Glaive. Let's take a little tour around this ship, shall we? Got a interesting paint job, got some missiles up there. Wings are all folded up, of course. These cool little fan blades here. The engines, all kinds of exposed components. It's really cool. I like that. Very rich in texture and design. I wonder what kind of paint schemes you can slap on this. Like if you can slap the pirate paint scheme on it, that would probably be pretty cool. Black with the skull and crossbones. That'd probably be a pretty beastly pirating ship. So anyways, yeah, beat wave 18 of the Vanduul Swarm. Managed to nab this bad boy right here. Let's see what the inside looks like. Looks like some components are a little bit missing. Some things just, I guess, aren't showing up yet, but wow, whoa. I'm having some kind of an episode inside of this ship. Possibly suffocating in it? I don't know. Well, it's probably a good time. I'm not sure what's happening right now. And fade to black. Am I dead? Am I gonna die? No, let's try to get out of it. Oh, for some reason, guess the interior of the glaive tries to suffocate the pilot. So, let's take this thing out for a spin. Alright, so here we are. We are in free flight right now. Looking at the inside of the glaive. Oh man. Let's look at the outside of this thing. Oh, I still have to set the camera controls. Ever since I got in this patch, I haven't really changed what the camera controls should be. Looks like we've overheated. Let's see. War plasma cannons, weak laser cannon, Scythe missile platform times 4. Whoops. Guess I should be paying attention to what I'm doing. What's the side strafing like on this? Pretty damn good. Jeez. Alright, you know what? Let's get into combat. Let's shoot some shit with this thing. Alright, so now I'm going to kind of do the commentary, not live, but after the fact, after I've kind of messed around with it a little bit. My first observation while playing this fighter is I've gotten way too rusty at Arena Commander, and I need to play this some more. But the weapons on this ship are fixed, entirely fixed, like you saw when I was swirling the mouse around there. And I think I do it again up here. The guns do not follow the mouse cursor, so there's, I mean, this is all just stick and rudder. This is so it's a bit to get used to. I mean, at least with gimbaled weapons, say on a Super Hornet, there's a little bit of the gun still tracking for you, I believe. Whereas in this is strictly like you gotta aim the entire ship to shoot. Now the ship itself is fast and it's nimble, which is surprising, and it can take a beating, as you're gonna see later on. But really, it's I think this is more of an ambush fighter. This is more of, you know, because of the fixed weapons, this is more something that you want to catch someone who's kind of tunnel visioned in on something else, and you want to come in with those big plasma cannons and that fast firing weak cannon and just cut them up. This really isn't so much, I think. I mean, I guess it could be somewhat of a dogfighter, because it is very nimble and it is very quick as well, and it's tough. It's very difficult to define, but I think you'll have an easier time hitting things if they're kind of chasing someone else, or if they're kind of focused in on something else. I mean, for instance, like, let's say you have a wingman and he's being chased, and you have kind of like an asteroid between you. If you can kind of come around that asteroid real quick and kind of draw a bead on the guy who's chasing after him and kind of shoot him down, because you'll find that as you watch this video, there's a lot of me missing, and then once I get a good bead on someone, then I'm able to put some really good damage on them, and especially when those cannons hit as well. But at other times, it's kind of a struggle of always kind of trying to chase them down, and you know, obviously I need a lot more practice, and I mean, a ship with strictly fixed weapons like this is not something I've flown before, so, or at least not flown recently. So it really kind of, it's really kind of an adjustment period, and plus, after just playing it for like a couple of rounds like this, like my wrist got sore. This was a bit of a workout to shoot with this ship. It was not easy, but as the battle wore on, I kind of got used to it. But this was, you know, very much a first effort and a first kind of you know, just kind of putting my controls back the way they were, and then trying to figure this thing out. So obviously I'm going to need a lot more practice with this, but I enjoyed it. I think it's a nice fighter, and I mean, the appearance alone is pretty badass. I mean, the ship came with 24 months of insurance on it, which is, you know, your basic insurance that you know, most ships I think start off with like 6 months insurance or something like that. And so 24 months, 2 years, yeah, I can live with that. Now, of course, you had to be one of the first 1,000 people to clear all 18 levels of Vandal Swarm, which I did in a Super Hornet with, I can't remember, geez, it was 2 other guys who were in there with me. I know one of them for sure was Evil Gamer, and I'm not sure who the other guy was, but he was a monster. He was just tearing it up. I died, I think, right towards the end. I think I died the last time, right in the last group. I think I died on stage 18 was the last time I died, but neither here nor there. It was very difficult, and of course this fighter, $350. Yeah, this was, you know, this is, anything that I was really going to spend on the Prowler has now gone into this. I mean, I had been good with money all summer, so, I mean, it was no hardship for me to purchase this fighter, but yeah, I mean, that's pretty much, you know, my nonsense for the next few weeks, all spoken for. There'll be no fun and games. Just start and practicing with the Glaive, which I'm pretty okay with. Now, I mean, are you getting the ship that you think you should be getting for that amount of money? No, this is a prestige item. You know, this is, you know, this is something more to say, you know, basically to have something that other people don't have. And as elitist and as jerky as that sounds, I mean, that's basically what it is. But it is a fun ship to fly. It's surprisingly nimble, and it shifts into side strafing very, very easily. Now it's very difficult to aim, or at least right now, where I'm at. See, once I get a bead on somebody, it's not that bad, but it's getting that bead on someone that proves to be very difficult. And in the third stage, you're going to see me chasing a guy for quite some time, trying to bring my guns down on him, and it's just not working. And I've got the elite chasing behind me, and it was difficult. It was very, very difficult, but I managed to get through it, and basically keep all my lives, which through the first 3 stages really isn't that hard unless you completely screw up and side strafe into an asteroid or something like that. But I mean, getting used to a new ship, getting used to how it works, it's especially something with this many fixed weapons, not that easy. But overall, it was fun. It was fun to play. Like I was saying in the hangar, I'd like to be able to see this thing with different paint jobs, but obviously that's well down the road. What else could I say about this? As far as resilience, I mean, you're going to see that in the third stage, because I've got one guy shooting and shooting and shooting at me while I'm trying to chase down another guy, and yeah, this ship takes a beating. But it hangs in there. I mean, obviously this probably will not translate as is to the PU. There'll probably be differences and changes, but overall, I enjoyed it. I didn't really use the missiles. I think I might have fired 1 or 2 missiles, but I can't really remember now. It's all a blur, all just a wrist killing blur. But I enjoyed it. I mean, I always kind of looked at the Scythe with envy. I have to admit that right off the bat when people owned the Scythe, and I was like, oh well, alright, I wasn't around for that sale, so I accept that. But then when this thing came up, and the presentation went off, I thought, oh god, all 1,000 of those things are probably already gone. And then when I actually beat it and got the badge, I went, what? No, and I went to the store, and there he goes, and it changed to buying options, and I said, that's it, I'm doing it. No, I'm getting it. So, yeah, this is definitely something, once I get into the PU, I'm going to ensure very well, and possibly use as a marquee fighter, as something to show off in future videos. So obviously, in order to do that, in order to show it off, I have to be good enough flying at it to merit showing it off. So there's going to be a lot of practice between now and then, learning how to fly this thing and getting used to its quirks. In a weird way, I guess for mouse users, this probably wouldn't be too different than flying, say, a big heavy fighter like a BF-110 or a Mosquito in War Thunder, because of the fixed weapons. Obviously, there's no there's no gravity, so it's not really so much a question of building up energy and trading speed for altitude, yada yada yada. But some of the things do translate with fixed weapons and whatnot, having to kind of draw a bead on someone and line them up, whereas with gimbaled weapons, you just have to be kind of in the general vicinity, and then you can, if you're flying with a joystick, you can actually just kind of reach over with your mouse and just kind of finesse the shot, and then kind of go back to the joystick, which is the way some people do it. But yeah, it's a great fighter, so I'm going to actually shut up, let this final stage of the battle go through before I end the video, and yeah, I'll just put in some closing comments, and then yeah.
Approaching simulation boundary. Elite units eliminated. Warning. There are multiple hostiles inbound. Warning. You are approaching simulation boundary. Hostiles inbound.
Alright, well, I guess we've had a little peek at the Vandal Glaive. We've flown it, we've looked around it. I'm going to definitely need a lot more practice using this thing and getting used to the controls and getting used to probably being a little bit more on the spot about manipulating and modulating my throttle so I'm not always just tearing around at full speed. And I think I should be able to get a lot better at this thing. So anyways, thanks for watching. I'm off to eat ramen noodles for the rest of the week. See ya.